Hello friends, it's Kristen, or Krusty if you prefer to call me that, that is fine. For today's video, I'm ranking the last 10 palettes I used. There's actually 11 in here, but I grouped 2 together because they were kind of sister palettes, and when we get to them, I'll talk a little bit more about my dilemma. I get very concerned and I overthink when I rank these palettes. It should be all fun. It's their palettes. I'm not gonna hurt their feelings. If you're wondering about the black dots, these are little stars. So I'm trying that out. Hopefully I will remember and not wipe eyeliner all over my face. The last time I tried to do, I think it was a star or a heart. This was many years ago. Yeah, I just ended up with black eyeliner everywhere. So, all right, guys, we will get into it. So at number 10, we have from Spoiled Lips, the Head in the Cloud palette. So this is what she looks like. Very cute packaging. Really, a lot of it has to do with, one, the color story. It's pretty monochromatic. There are pressed glitters, which, not my favorite. I don't see myself reaching for this palette a whole lot, but it was fun and it's cute. So I will give it that. And number 9 is also from Spoiled Lips. And this is why I feel bad. I'm not, dumping on the brand or anything. That's just where they ended up. Once again, very cute packaging. This is Carousel of Curses. Really enjoyed the packaging, although carousel is spelled incorrectly. I don't know if that was on purpose, but just from my neurodivergent brain, it does something to me because I'm a weirdo. So I like this color story. A bunch of glitter just fell out. Oh gosh. So there's a bunch of glitter on my notebook. So, yes, color story I did enjoy a little bit more. These are pressed glitters up here. This one isn't. No. And so I used this pressed glitter as kind of like an all over lid shade. I'm just going to close this and put it away before I make even more of a mess. And I mean, it didn't feel bad on my eyes. Like, it wasn't scratchy or anything like that. I used a glitter glue base, and there's a little bit of fallout when I first applied it, but after it settled onto the glue, it stayed pretty well. So I will give it that. Not the worst pressed glitter that I've ever tried. Just, they don't tend to be my favorite. And just overall, not my favorite formula. The mattes, they were pigmented pretty well, but not like the most blendable, not the worst, and then just the regular shimmers were nice. So really not horrible. And then number 8, we have from W7, the Mardi Gras palette. This reminds me of the Carnival palettes from Be Perfect. And this is what she looks like. Kind of your basic rainbow palette. That's one of the reasons I put it at number 8. The formula was pretty decent. Kind of your average drugstore eyeshadow formula. Nothing spectacular, but not horrible or bad. It's very heavy on the red-based tones there. So I don't see myself reaching for probably at least these excuse me, these 2 sections here very often, but not bad. If you're looking for a rainbow palette for fairly cheap, I think it's like $10, something like that, on Amazon, not bad. Number 7 from Mandy Makeup, we have this adorable Wado Potato palette. I did a little shorts. I don't remember if I put it on YouTube, but I put it on Instagram of me just opening the box. There was the palette, obviously, And then they had like a handwritten thank you note and a little stuffed kitty cat. And I just really love that little touch of detail that you will get from an indie brand that you will not get from, you know, W7. So here's what the palette looks like. So this is one of these palettes that I look at the color store and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. That's really fun. But then I get it in front of me and I'm like, I'm not sure what to do with it. I don't know if I'm creative enough for this palette. But I still enjoyed playing with it. It's a pretty good formula. I think this is one of their older palettes. They got this like marbled shade here, and I'm a sucker for that. So the shimmers were really fun and pretty, like the special shimmer there and the cuddly Keeker right there. So like those shades really stood out for me. They're gorgeous. The mattes, I would say, not the most blendable. They are really bright, so that probably is part of it. Yeah, it was a fun experience just getting this palette, so I really appreciate that. And this once again goes to like feeling bad, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm so glad to have it. And I would definitely purchase from the brand again. Number 6 from Ace Beauté, we have the Whimsical Bloom palette. So kind of a pastel girly there. Although, so my biggest complaint about this is like, why do we have all these neutrals? Like, I don't mind having the orange, and you know, maybe like one brownish shade, but like, why couldn't we have more purple, blue, green? Why do we have this top row is basically neutrals with this pink? That's really my biggest complaint. The formula was really nice. The shimmers were pretty. I think it's just really cute. So, all right, that is the first 5. The number 5. So we're getting the top 5. Is this little guy from Revolution. This is the Eternal Icon palette. Actually found this at Marshall's, I think for like $5, maybe 6. So kind of like a neutral green leaning palette. I have hair everywhere. My hair is falling out. The hormones are not normal. Anyway, I think Revolution, if they're not doing collabs, their formula is actually really good. I think when they do collabs, in my experience, their quality suffers, because I think they'll get people to buy it just for the nostalgia, and because it's, you know, I have the Beetlejuice palette and the Simpsons palette, so I think it's part of the reason I keep that is the nostalgia and the packaging, but the quality isn't the same. The quality in this is really nice, and there's 2 cream shades. I did try the cream shade as like a lid setter. It was a little too thick, but the rest of the palette is just really nice, and you know, it's neutral, but there is some color there, so I did enjoy that. And then for number 4 is where we have kind of 2 palettes in one. So I went back and forth and even including these, because I'm like, I'm not going to use them alone. They're not standalone palettes because they're all shimmers. So I was like, maybe I was not going to include them and just kind of keep them with my singles, because that's kind of how I would use them. But I was like, but they are palettes, so I should rank them. Like I said, way too much thought. Like it's just makeup. Kristen, calm down. But I did put them together for number 4, and this is the Charmacy Multichrome palettes. We got both of these in our Ice Cream Beauty box a couple months ago. If I did have to rank them, I'd probably put this one above this one. I just like these colors more. What I will say is I do find these to be more duochrome than multichrome, which I don't really mind. Multichrome, it's like, sometimes you end up with a color that you don't think it is on your eyes, because it's not how it comes off in the pan. So I don't necessarily mind that, just kind of something from a reviewing standpoint. But these are really pretty shimmers. Duochromes, they were really nice. So it's going to be hard for me to remember to reach for them because, I mean, yeah, I do sometimes just throw a shimmer on my lid and go. But usually I reach for my actual singles for that. I don't reach for a palette. So I just see myself forgetting about these, which would be really sad because they are nice little palettes. Number 3 from Glamlight, we have the Lord of the Rings palette. I got the whole PR box. I bought it for like $100, which I think is a great deal. Although it's very hard for me to use the lip kits because I don't want to take them out of the packaging. But so just wonderful detail for the packaging. And I will say this is kind of one of those times where definitely the packaging counts and gets to me. I do like the color story. I don't think it's bad. I will once again say, and I said this when I reviewed it, if Glamlight or whatever brand just came out with a palette look like this, I'd be like, it's nice. But I wouldn't necessarily buy it because it's not necessarily a color story I am in love with. But there are some really pretty shades in here. I made some really pretty looks. And I just love it. I'm so happy I got it. Okay, I'll leave it out for now. And then number 2, we have from Bella Beauté Bar, the Ocean Jewel palette. Just beautiful, beautiful jewel tones. I'm a sucker for like purple, blue, green. Little bit of like pink in there too. Of course, we do have these like neutrals, which we don't need neutrals in every palette. I actually got this for a pretty good deal. It was, I think it retails for $85. I still paid a lot of money for it, but I got it off TikTok shop, so I did get a deal on it. I'm very happy to have it. Very pretty. I'm just a sucker for jewel tones. Sometimes I go through these phases where I'm really into more like grungy color stories, and sometimes I'm more into like bright jewel tones, rich, and I'm just in my rich jewel tone phase. I'm very bougie. So number 1 is also from the same brand, Bella Beauté Bar. This is a palette that's been on my wish list for quite a while, and I think they were having, I want to say 4th of July and maybe Memorial Day sale. I think that's what it was. Either way, I finally got this and I'm so happy I did. I'm in love. It's the Basic Witch palette. I mean, there's some similarities between this and the Ocean Jewel, just not as bright. And I think I like that a lot. So there's it's combining some of that brightness with some of that grunginess, and I'm just really enjoying it. The formula is wonderful. I'm really, really happy I finally bit the bullet and got that. So that is ranking my last 10/11 palettes. I'm working on my next 10, so hopefully you guys will watch that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, send your friends. We have fun here, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.